So this is how our squad is looking right now. Not enough players at all in this team. And with bids left, right and centre for our players, we have to get to work in January, which now also includes the cup game. As another thing to mention as well is Olympique has got another game face. Not a real one, just one I created. But it looks a lot better than that last one. As yes people, welcome back to episode number 4 now of this Lyon first season. Yes, as soon as I logged into the save, the first thing that grips me is the just sheer little amount of players that we have. We need more in this squad, especially when the window is just open, because players can still leave ourselves. Need to be careful on that. However, for the time being, we keep most of us good players. However, Gusto and Olympique are very high in demand, the two 19-year-olds. I want to be holding on to them, as also I need a backup striker for this man Lacazette. Alexander Lacazette. I've been calling him Andrea. Cherki and Barcola will not be enough on the bench. He's 67 rated. Our reserves are mainly made up of aging players and some up-and-coming ones who just aren't ready. They're all on the loan list, but of course we can't really afford to loan them out due to the sheer little amount of players. I am building a portfolio of players to try and sign, however that shortlist is getting larger. But for now we're going to go straight into this first game because we host Lyon today, who will of course pose a threat. We have Nice, we have Toulouse twice in a row, home and away before Nantes, Montpellier top of the league, Stade de Rennes second time round. At the moment we do sit very nicely with a game in hand at top of the table, but still at the end of today it's going to be difficult to still be there. But before we can get any players at all and think about other games, we've got to beat what is in front of us. It is Eden Hazard's ex-team, LOSC Lille, in a big game, of course, won the title about 3 years ago. I don't know, but I can remember fondly Jose Font lifting the trophy. Also when Pepe and the like were there, as we've got to make sure Gusto and Olympique, who does start this game, are on it because they are being poached. Really don't want them to leave. As Lacazette, we can still do it with the players that we have. It was a good ball in. We're going to head that down into Nico Williams Jr. And it's a good one-handed save. Big chance as Tolisso is set to whip the ball in anyway. He's going to go back post for Williams Jr. to try and head. It falls to Chota, yet to score. He's a good player, is Junior, as we need to watch this. I don't know why Olympique has been left on his own. Genova passes it behind players. Cortin Tolisso, the difference the first time we played these in a 2-1 win as 5, the top scorer, now into the 80 rated. Gives it into Lacazette, who gets a return ball onto 5. Here he is. He's going to go for the shot on the angle. Got to be more savvy with our players now. Williams Jr., he's released. Come on. He's got a chance to whip another ball in, but he's not gonna. He's going to hold this up. Pass is not a good one, still falls back to us, into Chota. Yet another corner ball, and I'm going to get 5 to take this. A left-footed in-swinger, that's a decent ball. Still didn't fall to us, but it's a good ball from Williams Jr. into Nicolas Tagliafico. Unlucky from the veteran. Speaking of, Remy Cabella pulling the strings for Lille. I can remember his days at Newcastle fondly. Well, I'd say appearances at Arsenal. I don't even think he got played, as now it's into Lacazette. He will just look for Tolisso. No luck in the first half. Here's to hoping the second passage of play just proves a lot better than the first. It just has to be as Tolisso onto Housemawa here. Now onto 5. That's a bad tackle, and he's actually injured 5. Oh, 5 Ray. Still don't know how it's said, but we're definitely going to have to take him off. Got to continue. That was a decent lurking ball. And one of the first big injuries we'll suffer, and it's the player scoring all our goals as Lacazette. Oh, we needed that pass to come off. I am opting for a double change, which is something you usually don't see by managers when not losing. But we're not winning and we want to stay top. This man's coming off, Housemawa, but he pulls the ball back. Still no finish on the end of it, and the substitutions just aren't going through. Ball not leaving play. Now it does, and Cherki has come on, but it's at the expense of a throwing deep into our half. We need to get rid of this ball. They haven't crossed it, but Remy Cabella has it into Bayo in the middle. Zegrova, we've dropped off Lopez with the first big save of the game. Apart from that early chance that we had, as it's a great drop of the shoulder from Emmanuel Reynoso to give it through onto Alexandre Lacazette. Now into Chota. Good passing. Cherki. Lacazette. Oh, he's missed the man out. Still, we'll have to let him off as we've let their man and get the header. They're attacking a lot. We've got to nullify this late little charge from them. Remy Cabella, they could score. It's over the top. And we only come away with a draw at home. That is a game I expected us to play a lot better in. And Romain Favre, he has just bruised his elbow. Thank the Lord. I wanted to sign an attacking player to keep us top of the league. And despite the 39 goals scored, I think it is another attacker we need just to help Lacazette. As I built a shortlist together, but I said last episode I was going to have a big window. We've got some big strikers. Now, as it stands, we haven't got enough money for many of these, but I do want to try and build them out. Some have just made transfers. Kolo Muani, a big player I was looking at, but just gone to Frankfurt. Another option, I know he's not as good as Luca Waldschmidt, but there's a reasoning behind this. Yes, he's 26, but Montpellier have put a loan deal in for him, so I think if we could steal him on loan just as a backup for Laka, that could do us against the rivals. Attempting to play mind games with a short-term loan will pay most of his wages. I think that could be a very decent bit of business, especially for this window. As don't worry guys, that's definitely not all, but I feel like the striking options, we just need a little more in that bank. However, signing an attacking player probably has to happen soon, or even a defensive one. Jerome Boateng now going down in rating, 34-year-old. Luke Caber being poached. Salisu's just really arrived into quite raw. We could do with another central defender. May have seen him already on the list, but we're looking at Maxence Lacroix. Was a big player on Ultimate Team a while back. There, of course, is Simakan on this list, but if we can get Lacroix for 10 million cheaper, he's one rating less, same age. We are going to try and be smart with his business and offer less, but that is way too much. 32.5 is a lot of money for him, but then again, I think we could have got a better deal. Very cheeky to ask for that, but I guess they've got away with it a little bit. We're gonna try and get him on a decent wage. Offering a higher wage for fun, 38, and he sees it as reasonable. Maxence Lacroix is a big defender. The second central man at the back that we've signed, but another crucial one, I think, to just shore up that defense for the outgoing Boateng. We welcome the new number 2, the big man to the Groupama Stadium. A right-footed centre-back who should slot very nicely next to Luke Caber. Hopefully his former teammate at Wolfsburg, Waldschmidt, does come across to sit on the bench. Happy with that, as Nice was a highlights last time. We're going to try and get that done again, as Bradley Barcoga goes out on loan for half a year to Monza. It was very hard to get him on a half-a-year loan. In that case, if we do need to desperately recall him, he shouldn't be too much money. As Luca Waldschmidt does come through the doors, and we've got that attacking player straight back on the bench. Lovely stuff, as it's Sevilla prepared to pay 27 million for Malo Gusto. I mean, I'm still not happy with that. It's just above his evaluation. I'm gonna reject. Need to be paying more as Jeffrey Adelaide. It's not his release clause, and I want to keep him here. We'll take an extraordinary bid for one of us players to let them go now with just how thin our squad is overall. As for Nice, a simulation, but Favre is back, and Lacroix does start the game with Luke Caber. No new bids for that man, which I'm very happy with, because we can keep him at the club. And Nice really gave us a game last time out and deserved to be winners. We've got to be better this time round. Didn't start with a great pass, but that's into Lacazette from 5. Here he is, Alexandre Lacazette, slotting it underneath Kasper Schmeichel. That's Premier League experience for you. Against the old rival to get his 10th goal. Still trying to catch up Favre. However, again against Nice. What is up with the red cards? More importantly, it's a penalty to Pepe again. He went left last time. He goes right this, and he scored another spot kick. We struggle to stop the old Arsenal man as Houssem Aouar into Williams Jr. Lacazette, our Arsenal man, could not squeeze round him, as it looks like it's the 90th minute, so it could be another consecutive draw if we don't make the most of this move. Houssem Aouar into 5. We need to keep hold of this ball if we can. Lacazette is stuck on the wing and has lost it to Bard. It's a 1-1 draw with Nice. This time, no excuses. Shouldn't have got a red. Voice break. But should not lost the game. Quite frankly embarrassing, as it's Maxence Lacroix on his debut. Oh, that's not putting you in the good books with Laurent Blanc. He's going to have to try and get back into those, as look at this league table now. 3 points off PSG. The draw's screwing us over as a loan offer for Kumbedi. We can't even afford to do that. We need to keep him here. A 17-year-old with bags of potential and already made a few appearances. As Boateng steps straight back in, the leader, the hopefully good centre-back this time, who doesn't get himself sent off and a red card. Gonna quick sim these in the league, so I want to play them in the cup as we get past them with hopefully ease. Aouar, Lacazette, Raphael for them. but of course Favre. And straight after the game, Anthony Lopez trying to be poached by Lille. It's another swap deal where they're offering Lucas Chevalier as the return. Now that isn't actually that bad because Chevalier is an up-and-coming goalkeeper, but with the money we have, we cannot afford another starter of Lopez's quality. Any other time, any other circumstances, I might have accepted it for Lopez. As Wolves, even after Romain Favre, Premier League wanting to take on his quality, they'll have to pay up. I don't even think it's cheeky to ask Lopetegui for 45 million. They're not even going to go near it. They don't even want to negotiate on 37. I am not selling him for less than that. They've already got Maxence Cacré. How greedy can they be? Wanting to be greedy as Malo Gusto bid from Bayern. Another one that I'll forced into delegation with, offering 30 million. Wanted by Benfica as well, who offer Nicolas Otamendi. Sorry boys, we've already got a centre-backs in. And for the cup game, we've got a slightly different team out there. I say slightly. It's very different. Waldschmidt to make a debut. Cherki's in. We've got Le Pendant, Jeff-René Adelaide, Gumbedi, Mohamed Salisu, Polshabek, first keeper change, and Lacroix. Reynoso's in there as well as 5 who needs to stay in. And Tagliafico stays in just for the leadership. Although it is a cup game, although I've rotated heavily, we still need a leader in as ranks 4 to lose. Not put as much focus onto actually thinking about the cup at all. I'm hoping we can get some business done, and who knows, we could get 2 cups. That's me staying optimistic for, of course, the league, as Malo Gusto is back in the team. Have I not changed the lineup? I don't think I must have. I'm an absolute idiot. I changed it back to normal. Still, will give us a chance. I want to keep going in both competitions as Joe Gelha. Never mind being the first team. The youngsters already put Toulouse in front. The Scouser playing over here in France has a goal in the cup. Turned us way too easily and just slotted it over. Lopez, come on. Is our head so much on the league? We're giving Gelha all the chances. We've really not played to our capabilities today as Housemawa does have a chance. Lacazette playing a return ball. There's men in the middle, including Tolisso. Just tried to jump for the header. It forced a Chota. Was lining one up. We still continue to dominate these attacks, though, since going 1-0 down, which is good. Ball poked through. Oh, got a score. The fact we haven't done there is very embarrassing. Tolisso to whip a ball deep into the box. The header was won. Luke Gaber with it as he wins the ball into his other centre-back, Boateng. Them two need to get back. Going 2 goals down would be awful as the ball's into Lacazette. He tries to put it over the top to Favre, not winning the header. Anyway, come on. Housemawa just jogging with the ball on the edge of the box. He's got some support in Chota. He needs to improve performances. That's going to be a corner. However, nothing from that. It is so poor. Half-time whistle goes, and I'm definitely making changes. We have not threatened enough for my liking, so I am going to be taking Williams off for Cherki. Jeff-René Adelaide for Tolisso. Seems he's run himself into the ground. And Waldschmidt for Lacazette. Yes, making the change up top with a new striker, Trusted. Still got to keep on going. Brozovic has gone to PSG, I see. The rivals making moves, but we can only focus on the moves we make in this game. Cherki trying to slip away. We are 1 goal down, but Waldschmidt putting the pressure on. Ball's in the box. Cherki wide. Another corner as can we finally get some headers going. We were really good at them before, but every cross is hitting their men. Housemawa onto the edge of the box into Boateng. No space at all. Come on, threaten a bit more as Joe Gelhardt has made it 2. What is up with this guy? What a Toulouse feeding him. We're going to be at the Coupe Nationale. It's an excellent finish at the near post. Cross into his chest and just underneath Lopez. I kept on saying how bad the form has been today. It is definitely not changing. Favre to whip a ball in. We're backing from headers. We cannot be backing away. René Adelaide into Jerome Boateng will take the free kick, please. No, not given. Instead, Cherki will keep the ball, try and drill it across. He's gone out. This is not turning out fun for us at all. René Adelaide does get a ball through onto Waldschmidt, who's missed, but still will keep on pushing till the final whistle. It's Waldschmidt over the top into Jeff-René Adelaide, who gets it this time. Get the ball. We go again. Not long to go, though, and we need to get to the other side of the field. We don't get the chance. It's a cup defeat already. I mean, we focus on the league, which is our main focus, seeing as we're so high up in it. Champions League football is the draw, as we won't be in the next round of the cup draw. Straight after, of course, we're going to get players poached again. Housemawa from Inter Milan, a big team playing Champions League football. But it's another delegation. They've got to pay 40 million at the very least. As Favre's release clause has actually been met by Borussia Dortmund. He's playing out of his skin. Can you blame the black and amber, it's gonna be disappointing to lose him, especially with how we're going in the league. Only one defeat and all us players go missing. Even Luke Cable want to buy Roma. That's not much of an improvement, however, so I can actually reject it. If Favre is to leave, we've got to get him out quick. We need the money to get someone else. There's at least one good thing coming out of this is we've met his financial report. Still, we haven't met the Coupe Nationale report because we needed to get through on that, as we need to still sign some players to the first team this season. That's from the academy. Within 2 seasons, have them playing games. That's going to be rough because none of them look like stepping up. But I tell a lie, these 3 at the top do. Maybe I'll go ahead and promote some now. Damien Pierre can get into the first team. Mustafa Ali do the same. Sorry, Hassan. We'll wait a little bit longer on him, as we definitely can't be skipping deadline day today. Favre does leave the club as well. What a horrible one to have out. We've got an F in his negotiation. I mean, it was his release clause. Couldn't have done anything. As also Milan hoping to pay 50 million for Housamawar. That's another midfielder like Guimaraes, like Paqueta, like Kakare. We are losing. We've got to jump out there and make some more signings. First of all, replacing Favre. At least I don't have to try and get his name right anymore, as Hakim Ziyech. He has a transfer still going with Bayern, or Barcelona actually. Can't get my teams correct. But getting the Moroccan would be huge for top or second Lyon. Graham Potter trying to get the money's worth out of him. They want 46 million. I feel 40 is a good point to sit on. 43. We're rushed into getting a good deal because we know Barca are after him as well. 41.5 agreed upon. Ziyech a good player because he could even cover Aouar's role when he's not on the wing. However, he does want a release clause. I'm going to have to put it in his contract. It's going to take a huge wage to get this man. I know he's on a huge wage at the moment, so some big signing on fees. Can we agree 110? We will give you a huge bonus for the goals and signing if you take that, but he doesn't. 110 will have to be agreed upon because we need this man, and we get him from right underneath the noses of Barcelona. Hakim Ziyech is a Lyon player. I'm a happy man with that one. He's got to replace Favre's goals, however, as at the same time we will be losing Houssem Aouar. He will be going to Inter Milan for 50 million. However, it's a good deal and a player who needs replacing. And we have a player out on loan called Habib Keita, but it's not him we're after. We're after the actual Naby Keita from Liverpool. He shouldn't be too expensive. He sat on the bench. He can start for Lyon. We want the Ghanaian through as doors. They want Romain Cherki. Klopp being greedy. We won't be accepting it. We're going to push for 22.5. 3.8 is decent. 22.5 is what I'm going to push for. And we have a deal with Liverpool. That is cheap. Considering the money we just got for Houssem Aouar, yes, he'll be on a higher wage than Houssem, but what a deal for Naby Keita. That is a glorious transfer, and I can't believe we've got him for that little. It could actually mean Tolisso, although scoring goals goes defensive. Keita and Reynoso in the middle. Chota been dropping off a little bit, so he might be on the bench. But still, with the players we've lost in Houssem Aouar and 5, we've done very well to regain, with the money, some very well-known established players. We've also covered the striker option on the bench with Waldschmidt on loan. It is glorious business. As Gusto's broken down with Bayern as well. That's good for us. And nothing else happened in the window, thank the Lord. Saliba's gone to Liverpool. I want to see some of the main transfers. That is a huge deal, but what are the big ones? We've got Okafor to Montpellier, the rivals. PSG selling Bernat to West Ham. Tierney's gone to Tony back to Newcastle. Okay, a bit of a mishy-mashy window. I mean, Chanaloglu's gone to PSG. It won't start. No huge starters going through for clubs, apart from ours. Makes me very happy going into Nantes next. Still some loan deals coming in. They're, of course, going to go down as no. As I do feel we've got to play Montpellier, so that means Stade de Reims and Nantes are going to suffer. Hopefully not ourselves with the new signings against Nantes. We get a 3-2 win. Reynoso, Lacazette and Tolisso. A good warm-up win for, of course, what's going to be a big game here, as what's happening there? Le Pen Dan, he's agreed to go to Celtic for 2 years. I am sorry. When did that transfer go through? You know for a fact when it does, he will be recalled straight back if we can't get anyone else. I just don't know how he snuck out the door. And before this Montpellier game, asked a lot of questions about the Champions League. I mean, I think the press can sense it. The general consensus, we're getting there. But this is a big game. 5 points between us now. 4 between PSG. We've got to stop drawing. We've got to get the cup game out of his heads. Okafor up front, of course. We're going to go with Luke Abel and Lacroix at the back. Ziyech starts. I'm very optimistic. I don't see many well-known names out there for Montpellier, but it seems like they've got some cohesion, which we've got to halt. And we've got to get some going with our new players. Naby Keita getting Aouar's number 8 as a ball slipped through to Mavididi. He is a good player. The Englishman is Sacco getting the ball. We've missed a tackle into Nandes. Savanier into Zerouki. Save. Okay, not what we want as we've got to head that away. De Silva on it. Lopez claiming. That's better from our shot stopper as Nicolas Tagliafico into Emmanuel Reynoso. Tolisso moving forward. Scored in the deep line role he played last game as Tagliafico back into Williams Jr. Here's Naby Keita. Not bad as we've got a set piece specialist now in Hakim Ziyech. We've got to make more of them corners now. He should be doing better. He'll know it as it's into Naby Lad. Now into Williams Jr. Naby Keita looking over the top. Not on the same wavelength. Still need to continue to run it. Naby Lad just shredding defenders. Sacco's not catching him. Still he comes back on himself to try and just pass that in the middle. It's a good ball found, Reynoso. Still it'll bounce out to Williams Jr. who does get a great goal. It's been a while since the Spaniard scored. Hopefully this turns our fortunes. Get in there. I mean, it was a decent first block, but when he picked up the ball, our number 7 curling it top bins. Still need to try and get away. Reynoso finding Lacazette. We could have 2 before half-time, and Alexandre Lacazette was never missing. The captain of this team will stay up front despite Waldschmidt coming in because he's that good. We hold a healthy lead against rivals this time round. Get in there. We just need to manage this and get it better as Hakim Ziyech threading a ball through onto Reynoso, who can't control it. And Balde there from Barcelona at left back. Not seeing much of him. They're trying to get a goal back, but Gusto with a good tackle. And Tagliafico with the ball on this wing. Still looking for more here. Williams Jr. has the ball through here. Emmanuel Reynoso just rounds the performance off. Feel comfortable to make changes now. Just an easy goal. Great finish as Jota against his former club wanting to join in. He's proving to be a good signing as they might get one back. Savanier drilling it bottom bins. The captain with a consolation, I hope. Still, who's to say it's only that because they're on another attack. Mavidi onto Noah Okafor. Can Ziyech cause any danger on a run of his own? I mean, he's shredded Balde. For someone who doesn't have much pace, he's doing okay. The ball's still falling back to Hakim Ziyech. What an appearance in a Lyon shirt this has been for him as Waldschmidt now save is good. Still, the result being 3-1 will do nicely for me. There is that whistle. All smiles on our return to Lyonnais with 3 points. A good result, which of course means nothing if we don't carry on. As I'm looking at the academy, ooh, Lorient Marchal looks good. Aurelien, hurry up and turn to 16, mate, because you need to get promoted. 65 rated. Who's still on loan as PSG did lose a game. We draw closer. 7 points and a game in hand over Montpellier, but we've got to keep on going with this team. We're simulating a big game here against Stade de Reims. Can we get another Ziyech masterclass? Let's wait and see. I'm really hoping so, because Williams Jr. has a bit of an escape here to try and get away from defenders. Take the shot on. Oh, it's rolled past Mandanda. Junior has 2 in 2 now, and that was a great finish. He's an extraordinary player as Doku has squeezed him through onto Plié. Come on, we've got to get a tackle in somewhere. Jeremy Doku on the return with a bad one. That did gift us the chance to jump in there as Jeff Rennie Adelaide around the corner. Naby Keita into Tolisso. Looking over the top, Junior couldn't take it down, but it doesn't matter. A very quick and limited highlight game against Rennes, but we get the 3 points to challenge PSG. Good display. It's still a point in it. We're still on the march. And that's all we can do is we're going to play the same team against Auxerre. They've got a team I think we can beat. I think we drew to them the first time round, but definitely not the same. Ziyech masterclass. I saw his 2 goals. It's perfect. Everything is going perfectly. It is just perfect. I mean, if PSG didn't have a game in hand, it would be better as Salisu Rightly so, questioning his game time. I've got to defuse that situation. I don't want him leaving. And we'll simulate a Xhaka as well next. Kumbedi, I'm rejecting all the loan deals for. I want to get something out of a Xhaka. Feel like we're doing well as Lukeba does stay in ahead of Mo Salisu. Thought I trusted Lukeba a little bit more. But AC have beaten us. El Idrissi and Fossum, that's not a good result. I just said everything was perfect, and that happens. All I can say now is on the whole it's been decent. That last game's let it down. Still, we're near the Champions League spots kind of being confirmed. We have an 11-point gap on Montpellier and Stade de Reims. Still, we've got to keep it. There's quite a few games next time out, but not many. I think it's just 11. We might get the season rounded up after tomorrow. As thank you guys for watching this episode. As always, of course, drop it a like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're at the end right now. If you want to see what happened previously, click on the screen. So I'll see you all in a bit. Take care and peace.